Hey, I'm playing Men Who Planted Trees by Jason Mraz, straight from the charts of the Morristown Uke Jam. So take the link in the video description, download the free ukulele song sheet, and you can play along with me. And if you'll be anywhere near Morristown, New Jersey, come out and play with us. After the song, I'll do a basic tutorial together with a slow motion close-up play along you might find helpful. Now here goes. But a different kind of wealth. A tree for me to climb in, with fruit under its leaves, which season after season became quite a legacy. More than just a father, he was a high almighty king, who'd built himself an empire with a small handful of seeds, who never was too noble to get down on his knees. A believer in the future, he was a man who planted trees. At dawn he'd catch the light awake to see what the night had brought, with coffee to repair the mind and mend the damage done. He handed me a hat of his to protect me from the sun. Seek refuge in the shade, he'd say, or burned you will become. More than just a farmer, he was a brilliant engineer, whose footsteps took him farther as they fertilized the fields. And on an ancient rootstock he placed new varieties. A seer of the future, he was a man who planted trees. Oh, he taught me how to kiss the ground and be grateful with my words aloud. Even the air is different now, and I'm gonna make him proud. 'Cause in the not too distant time ahead, time will dispose of me and distill me to my essence in that great big compost heap. And if I get to heaven, the kind of angel I will be is one who guides another towards the light out of their sea. I'll be just like my grandfather, a servant and a king, and leave behind a land brightened by all the love I bring, singing while I'm sweating, showing work don't bother me. Yeah, the future's made by dreamers and the men who planted trees. Jason Mraz, gotta love him. I wish you long life and many, many, many more songs. By the way, he didn't actually record that song yet. I got that off YouTube from a couple of amateur videos that took him, playing the song in concert. So it's entirely possible that when he does record it, I assume he will eventually, it's entirely possible that by the time he does, he'll record it a little differently. He will have changed the words or something like that. If so, well, change them up when it happens. And also, by the way, that's about his mother's father. And Jason himself grows avocado trees on his property. Lots of them, like enough that he sells to Chipotle 2 or 3 times a year. So I think that's pretty cool. And my granddad was a farmer too, so I like this song a lot. Okay, what did I do? I did it in D, even though I have trouble singing that high because it was his verse. Excuse me, it was his key when he sang it. But also, because it allowed me to do this the sort of melody line in the instrumental. I had a harder time. I could do it a little bit in C, like this, right? But I thought it sounded more distinct here. That's the part. That's the melody. Right? Well, that's what you hear. When he plays those instrumental parts, he plays just the lowest strings of the guitar, which are lower than mine. I considered doing it like this. I considered doing something like that. I didn't. I just did it like this. And I do have a low G, so it makes it more distinct. If you play a high G, that's fine. By the way, if you play a high G, then the A9, I didn't alternate A9. I changed this A to a B to give it an A9. But you could, if you play a high G, which starts out up here, right? Then you could do it the A like this instead, right? Because you're starting out up here anyway with this. That's your note when you go here. So you could do a standard A9 instead if you want. Okay, whatever. Anyway, what did I do? The standard strum, I mixed it up a little bit because it actually sounds remarkably good. Just with a down, up, up, oops, sorry, D. Down, down, up, down, up. If you're a beginner and that's like the only strum you know, you can play that throughout this entire song and it'll sound just fine. Father to my mother, right? Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. You could do that. I tried to do something a little closer to what he was doing. He did a fancy fingerwork thing that I did not try to duplicate. I simplified it a great deal. But as far as the rhythm, I tried to do something more like throughout the verse. Down, down, up, down, down, like this. Father to my mother, who died when I was 12. So emphasizing the first and the second, or a first and third, I guess it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Like that. If you have trouble strumming, I suppose, and you wanted to just, you could do that. It would be all right. But again, through most of the song, I'm not actually playing the highest string. I'm just playing the lower strings, so it doesn't have, it has a little bit of lower resonance. Anyway, the intro, though, is a little different. And the intro comes in several different places. That is to say, the pieces of the interlude are in the interlude and in the O's and in the outro. So what did I do with that? Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, down. Like that. It's basically 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. Like this. And then the second line is different. The second line is more like the rest of the verse. So down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 down. By the way, I didn't bother to write a simpler version of this because in bright red, I put the parts you can skip. If you're a beginner and you want to make it simpler, just play a D. Instead of all the fancy Ds, just play a D. Instead of the A9, just play an A. Just stay on that and ignore the sort of finesse pieces that I threw in. And it won't be wrong. You can play together with me or with somebody else playing the more complex version, and it's just fine. You can just skip those parts. So, all right, once again, with the, I think I'm not going to talk anymore. I think I'm going to show you in slow motion, and you can play along with me, and I will focus on my left hand. That is to say, I will close up on my left hand so you can see how I do every single chord transition. And I'm going to go intro, verse, the interlude, which is the same as the O's, and then straight into the bridge, and that'll be every part of the song. And we'll see if I come up with something else to talk about, but I think instead I'm going to show you my fingers close up and let you sing along. So, hey, if you want to stick around for that, stick around. If you don't want to stick around for this slow motion close up play along, then don't stick around. But if you like the video, please like, the video. You want lots more, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free, of course. You want lots more free downloadable ukulele song sheets, check out our meetup page and then come play with us. We love it when you do that. Okay, here goes. Slow motion. 1, 2, 3, intro, and... comes the verse. Father to my mother, who died when I was 12. He didn't leave a fortune, but a different kind of wealth. A tree for me to climb in, with fruit under its leaves, which season after season became quite a legacy. More than just a father, he was a high almighty king who'd built himself an empire with a small handful of seeds, who never was too noble to get down on his knees, a believer in the future. He was a man who planted trees. By the way, I'll go over those in a minute, that last line. One more time with the O's. I can't sing that high. Bridge. He taught me how to kiss the ground. Be grateful with my words aloud. Even the air is different now, and I'm gonna make him proud. 'Cause in the night... Okay, that's it. Now what I didn't go over, and I should have earlier. He was a man who planted trees. That timing. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2, or 1 2 3 4. I guess it's 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. Okay, that's how it goes. How do I do it? Down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, 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 up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do that. It says it's important to get that line straight. So if you have trouble, I'm going to do that 8 times. Yeah. Tell you what, I'm going to do the whole last line of the verse. A believer in the future, that part. 8 times in a row. So if you have trouble with it, you'll get it right. And if you're going to be bored with that, then sign off. See ya. Here it goes, 8 times. a believer in the future. He was a man who planted trees, a believer in the future. He was a man who planted trees, a believer in the future. He was a man who planted trees, a believer in the future. He was a man who planted trees. 5, believer in the future. He was a man who planted trees, a believer in the future. He was a man who planted trees, a believer in the future. He was a man who planted trees. 8, I think. Future. He was a man who planted trees. That's it. See you Wednesday. Bye.